3 words isn't enough.
Ooh, characterful, suspenseful, curious.
Bold, badass, broads.
Women, code, and crime.
She's Scottish. It's always a bonus.
I'm Jean McBride. You and I managed communiques between Bletchley and the Presidio.
I love that she's resourceful, not showy, so she just gets on with it. She's got a quiet confidence, and I like that.
We served in the war as well, and we're worried that he's a danger to himself and others, to women like yourself. Now, we hope we're wrong, but there's a list, and we can't yet cross him off it.
There wasn't a lot of options open for women like Jean, apart from being clerical or librarians, or. But one of the opportunities that they could have if they weren't married was to work in the Foreign Office.
As you know, Her Majesty's diplomatic service requires intelligence, dedication, vigour.
And as my references and testing show, I come fully qualified to serve.
I think in that one scene, it encapsulated everything about the frustration that women had after being so useful and then just sort of thrown on the scrap heap.
I love Millie's bombast. I love her courage. I love her ability to jump feet first into whatever situation she finds herself.
What's the plain text?
I never tried to crack it.
Frequency of use appears standard. It looks like a substitution cipher.
I don't think she'd sit very happily in the modern world where we're all permanently examining ourselves and talking about ourselves, and Millie's a very forthright, just get on with it, quite British, quite WI.
Well, I suggest you take a look into these places, starting with last night's location at Fulton and Webster. We deduced these addresses by decrypting those letters in the Chronicle. They predict not only the murder sites, but also the body's eventual destinations.
Well, I'll take a look.
Please do.
I admire those qualities, and I wish we had more examples of them in this day and age, to be honest. Determination with a good work ethic and courage, always coming back to courage.
I would say Iris is sort of the moral center of the 4 of us. You know, she comes in to the Bletchley Circle a little bit unwillingly. She has a lot to lose. Her family is super important to her. The code-breaking part of her life is kind of been put behind her.
Haley and I both agree. We can't do this. It's hitting too close to home.
Which is precisely why we need you. There's a killer on the streets, your streets.
You remember, we used to spend weeks teasing out a cipher only to hit a dead end, but we would sharpen our pencil.
Stop! You don't understand this place. I have a good life now.
Eventually she realizes that it's what she loves to do, and it's part of who she is, and it's inspiring for her, and it reminds her that you can do both, and you can still be a brilliant woman and have a family, even though it has its moments of rockiness.
Only the smartest women were chosen as codebreakers. And thanks to the war, I found out that I was one of them.
She knows exactly who she is. She trusts her instincts almost absolutely.
You asked me if this was worth it, and
And you said it was. Even if it's just to use our heads again. So that's what we're gonna do.
She doesn't do things quickly. She's very much a thinker. Her brain moves quickly, but she doesn't rush to conclusions. She's like constantly processing.
What I love most about Haley is she's just unstoppable.
But we just want to talk, that's all.
She just goes for what she believes in, and I love her for that.
You were how old in the war?
Ran away from the farm at 16. Months later, I was working in San Fran, Office of Strategic Services. I always thought we were pretty similar, but the more I think about it, I realize we're very, very different. The thing is, she's very straightforward in the sense of she's not mean or anything. She just kind of, there's no filter to her. You need rigging, I can rig it. You got a machine that needs fixing, I can fix it. I like to tinker, and I'm damn good at it.
Haley.
To really be Haley, it's just a straight shooter. And that was probably the most challenging thing to kind of get used to and prepare for.